So let's see here, chart. Okay, so here is a chart on the Qs going back a few months. We are kind of in the pre-market, we're at a 303. So this 303 to 305 area, a lot of resistance here over the last couple of weeks. So it's a stretch. Obviously, we bottomed out here. Was it Monday? Doesn't, yeah. I don't even know if this quite shows the low here, but we almost got to 280. And that's where we are. Apologize, but it seems like a large portion of the internet is down or something. Anyway, e-signal, the program's down, the website's down, etc. So we had our bounce, big bounce yesterday. After seeing some buying on Wednesday, we had the good follow through. So the first, it's the first time since back here in March. So we'll see. I would think that there's going to be all sorts of trouble right here. But ultimately, when we had this down move here, we were talking about a move back up to here, like this area here, like 315, 320, this kind of pullback low area from March. We definitely could get that next week or the week after. It will depend on really how it, yeah. My internet's fine, or obviously I wouldn't be talking to you. So that's that. The SPY has kind of broken this downtrend back above whatever these moving averages are. And yeah, 410, kind of 410 is the obvious level there on the SPYs. The most recent topped out in the 408s last week, where this hard pull in. So nice, look, it's a nice turn, bottomed, turning up. The inflation data this morning came in, was benign. The core was in line. It was a delayed reaction. I was surprised. I thought we would pop immediately. Instead, we actually, I think we ticked down a little bit. But then we popped a few dollars. So up 1% on the Qs, basically. All right. So in terms of stuff, Costco, we know that has sold off a ton recently. One of the last premium stocks to get taken to the woodshed. At its low, it almost got to 400 from 600. So roughly, 30% pullback here. It had already bounced coming into the numbers. And I think if the numbers had been really good and that guidance, everything, it probably would have filled this gap. But remember, broad-based retailers, it's been a tough couple of weeks. And the fact that this has already bounced as much as it is, and it's only down 1% this morning, is probably pretty good for it. Yeah, the thing that caught my eye was like the numbers were strong, the revenue was really strong, but if you take away kind of the inflationary impact of the revenue numbers, it does seem like growth is slowing. But at the same time, we have seen this shift over the last month or so from people spending a ton of money like on their houses and staying at home, and now there's a lot of money being spent on travel. So we're going to see this shift, which will probably continue through the summer, where people buying less crap and spending more to travel. And so I guess compared to the other large retailers, the numbers were pretty good. So that's why it's not down a huge amount. All right, so here's the bounce, the recent bounce from 410 to yesterday got as high as, I guess, 470. Looks like after the numbers came out, it was down at 447. So it's already come back about a $10. So anyway, those are the levels. Apologize for the chart sucking. W day can be a tricky stock. The thing that caught my attention was how much the margins had dropped. Now it is down 50% from the high. So let's see. So you can see most recent quarter was probably going back a little further. Let's see here, March, April, May. I guess it was this gap here. So it was like a 230 stock gapped up, and this trend started here. Looks like mid-April. I don't even know what these dates are all completely fucked up. 245. So I don't think it's been this low. It's a good question. It's tough. I mean, W day hasn't been this low since the pandemic. In the pandemic, it was down in the 120s. I just, my thought process isn't looking for a spike. I mean, just the amount that the margins dropped, it certainly could go up, but that's not the same feel. Certainly, it's not a Nvidia situation. And I do know that even Snow did get the positive at one point yesterday. I don't know if it finished positive. This just seems pretty bad to me. So it's always a wild card when something's already come down 50%. It's down back to kind of this area here where it was during the pandemic. So, well, I guess we'll kind of see. It looks like it was down at 152 earlier this morning. It's now 154 bid. So I did put in as resistance 158, 160 in case it did have a pop, but that's not kind of like my base case, but see what happens. Dell numbers were strong, very strong. This is very liquid, lower price, so anyone could trade this. Here's the downtrend from 60 to 40. It had bounced, I guess, to $44 over the last couple of days with the market. Now gapping up quite a bit on the strength of that. Yeah, those were really strong numbers. It did catch my attention a little bit of margin pressure. So, but it is gapping like right up to this prior low, which then became resistance before the recent sell-off. So bid is right now 49. So this is kind of do or die. The way I think about these situations is people will be thankful to be able to get some sales up here in this 49.50 area. But after 10 o'clock, if it's holding above here, then sure, it could just keep on going for the day. But this is kind of danger zone from a buying standpoint right here. Even with as explosive as those numbers were. PDD crushed with all the other China stuff. Here's the longer term. I'm just going to grab this chart from over here. Here's the longer term. So it was a $200 stock. Now you can see it's been consolidating below 50 for a while. It's lower price, so people, so you can trade it. It doesn't do huge, actually does do good volume. It does 11 million shares normally. It's already done almost 2 million, up 8%. This 45.5 kind of catches my eye right here. So 45.5 at 46 is R1. It's up 8%. If it takes that 46 on the open, you could get a really quick spike. To this 48 to 50 between R2, R3. That would be Chinese stock. Sometimes you do get that quick spike on the open, then it'll quickly come right back down. That is that. And then Nvidia was great. Obviously, that was kind of a turning point for the market, right? They came out with good numbers, guided down a little bit. They acted like it was the end of the world in the after hours, and the market opened, got above that 160 level we discussed yesterday, and it just was, it was just a strong. It was a strong trender. This is from today. So here's yesterday. So it got above this 160. Market took out the pre-market high, and it was just consolidated up. Really impressed that it actually made this final move here. Could have easily just stopped right here and then kind of pulled in a little bit. But went up got to 180. So, so flattening out. And we talked about the numbers were really good, that it could get to like the mid 180s. So it's definitely stretched up here. So that's my thoughts on that. Tesla kind of was best case, got to 700. So in the morning, they actually flushed it before the market got a really strong bid. That was kind of funny. They flushed it almost, I guess, to 650s. But then got up, consolidated above R2, and then just broke up to 700. Had one little rollover at the end of the day to 700, or to this kind of area here. It's extended here. You know, I could see, I think it'll, unless the market goes really crazy to the upside today, I could see it closing between 700 and 720 today. You might get one of those Tesla like quick pops on the open and then like a $15, $20 pull in, something like that. Last time it last pullback to 700, it went up about $100 before pulling back again. So it's about $100 off the low from this week right now. And yeah, I had some 680 calls from when it got crushed the other day, and I sold the majority of those yesterday when it got to 700. Would sell the rest of them on the open probably if it starts to roll over, or if it pops a little bit. Q's rolling over a little bit. I just got an alert below 302.50. So on the Q's, my thought is, if it can't take out the pre-market high and hold above there, a pullback to 300, 301 would be pretty normal. You don't want to see us close below 298 today. If we get below 298, and we have the 3-day weekend to be concerned about, are people going to be nervous? But the fact that you had buying 2 days in a row, NVIDIA on the core guidance goes positive, the inflation thing okay today. I think the 10-year yield is below 275. I don't know what would cause us to really get hit hard today, but obviously we've gone up enough the last couple of days to have some pullback. But again, we've seen so many times in these situations where we just don't pull back and people chase and it just keeps on building. My money would be on a little bit of a pullback. But, okay, so somebody asked about GME. So this move was pretty wild yesterday. I mean, I know Shark got heavily shorted into this craziness. I don't know. I'm not sure how much of his position he took off in this pullback. I know he's still shorted. He's probably playing it for a move back to 100 or something. The thought is, after you get this craziness, this is the second day, right? The first day, I think it popped from 110 to 120 or something. Does it make the lower high today? And then does it basically take out this? I mean, it was accumulated here, 126, 127. Looks like all afternoon. So you're looking for the lower high. Here's the blow off top. You get your lower high, and you want to quickly, at least see it below 132, and then ultimately for it to be a real fade today and go back down to 115, 120, it's going to have to hold below 125. And so you want to see that, dangerous situation, but it did, up 2 days, blow off top, gapping up. It's very typical that you'll get the lower high scenario. I haven't looked at any of the news that's causing this nonsense. On BABA yesterday, nice move here after the market opened with everything else, got above $90, consolidated, looks at 94 all day. It's down a little bit now, below 94. I think a reasonable pull in for BABA is 90 to 92-ish. Obviously, and from a longer term perspective, it's still in this massive downtrend. We have. I think this was which was the big one we played. I think it was this bounce right here, which was the best one for us. And since then made a new low, came back up. It's just in a pure downtrend. Bigger picture, if it gets back above 110, in the next couple of weeks, that would kind of catch my attention. But then I would bring this 110 to 130s in play, this range right here. But obviously, sellers thoroughly in control. CCP has kind of blown up all the tech stocks there. So, as always, be patient and good luck. Enjoy your holiday weekend, their weekly review.
Hey, go ahead and click our subscribe button so you don't miss any of the videos that we're producing for you in the trading community. And please take the time to add your feedback in the comments section for what videos you'd like for us to produce next and what you found helpful from this video. From all of us at SMB, train and trade well.